I'm Josephine Corcoran, holistic career coach and astrologer, and this is my Astrology for Business weekly forecast for the week commencing the 28th of September. Um, well, it's another enormous week as we edge even deeper into the transformation available for us all on a personal level, on a professional level, on a business level, on an organisational level, and a government level as well. And the analogy that I wanted to really use today, I've talked about this before, but the energy that we're all experiencing at the moment, this is not just individually oriented, although some people will be more impacted than others depending on your birth chart, especially if you have Aries in your chart, because Mars is retrograde. But essentially, the energy is one of trying to drive your car, wanting to move forward. You've got the gears in drive, but you're traveling with your handbrake on. So you're just struggling to go anywhere particularly quickly. And even though you've got a vision or clear goals about what it is that you want to achieve, there's this frustration that's going on, or you may even be experiencing some lethargy. Or I've been speaking to people who simply just have lost their drive. And these are people who are normally really high achievers, who normally have extraordinary output, but have suddenly hit a bit of a brick wall. So I wanted to start with that today, because for those of you that have been feeling like you've been struggling with your energy levels or your fatigue or your inspiration, or you're feeling a degree of maybe helplessness, but not helplessness that you are not capable, but just this sense of overwhelm, it's meant to be going on. And the reason that we're meant to be slowing down is we're meant to be going within. And this is such a powerful time. We are reaching the end, the last quarter of 2020. This year's always been about bridging us from an old way of operating, which has been very focused on material gain. And we're moving into a new era, which is going to be a stronger emphasis around innovation and ideas and collaboration and connectivity and using technology as well. And there's so many components of that that are exciting. But in order for all of us to be ready to operate in what's going to be a very different frequency, it's going to be so important to be very clear about what it is that our role is to play, and what is it that personally and professionally we want to do. Where do we want to put our focus, and where do we want to put our attention? So I'm starting with that today because I wanted to really give you the permission to slow down, to sleep in a bit longer, to not get anxious if you're not getting your projects completed in the time frame that you desire, to reach out for help, to collaborate with like-minded people, because all of that's going to put you in great stead for what's to come. And I personally have normally got bucket loads of energy, and I've been really struggling. I've been going to bed super early and struggling to get up in my normal hour. So even with everything available to me, I'm very lucky. I'm in New South Wales. And so I'm able to get to the beach, and I'm able to go for a swim and a walk, and I'm doing my normal meditations, and I'm doing my journaling work. And even with all of my own inner work, there's still an enormous weight that I can feel, and I know I'm not alone. So I wanted to start with that today and send you all enormous amount of support as we work through this stage of the year. So in terms of what's going on, the moon at the moment is waxing. It's growing, which is normally a period of and it still is, it's just dampened a little bit. With the moon waxing, it's usually a stronger force of energy and a desire to start to push, to move things forward. And also what we had last week, we had Mercury was making a square, a challenging aspect to the planets associated with COVID, the lineup of planets being Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, which are all in Capricorn. And whenever Mercury makes a connection with those planets, it brings through messages of what sort of change is to come. And so Mercury is going to be stationing. Mercury moved into Scorpio last week, and moving into Scorpio, it's going to be in Scorpio for quite some time because Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio, and it will begin its retrograde journey on the 14th of October. So from the 14th of October to the 4th of November, Mercury will be retrograde. And we all know whenever Mercury is retrograde that that's a signal that we need to really be reviewing things, revising things. We need to back up our technology. We need to check, double check, triple check any travel plans, any contracts we're signing. And I will talk more about that. The big thing that's happening with Mercury retrograde this season, which is the third retrograde this year, is it's going to be making a very challenging aspect to the planets that are creating the transformation this year. So it's really guiding us to get clear messages about how we're going to be stepping forward. And it's a very inner process, this inner conflict that will be arising, an inner tension that we need to work on. So I wanted to just let you know that, because with Mercury in Scorpio, it actually dials up our inner frequency to tap into our intuition. It dials up our ability to go deep to understand the facts, and it dials up our ability for personal transformation as well. So that's something we can work with and we can really embrace, and we can work to find the time to meditate and to do mindfulness activities, to ground, and to find support and techniques and tools that help us to do that. So if you're not doing any of that kind of inner work at the moment, or you're struggling to meditate, or you're struggling to sit still, the back end of this year is going to be an energy that'll be very supportive to help you do that. And I recommend, if you haven't been doing that inner work, now's the time to just start a daily practice of breath work, of looking out for some tools, for some simple meditations, even some guided meditation tools to support you. So this week, what's happening is the sun is moving into Libra. Libra is always a sign which focuses on collaboration and connection and partnership and finding peace and harmony. But what will happen on Wednesday is, as soon as the sun goes into Libra, it's going to be making an opposition with Chiron on Wednesday, Chiron being the wounded healer. So it may be that this Wednesday that you feel like there's some light shed on some old wounds, and there'll be an opportunity for you to start to heal those wounds. So look out for that on Wednesday. This week, Mars, the planet that's going backwards, that rules our motivation and drive, is going to be making it on Wednesday, on the same day, a square to Saturn. So it's where our endurance and our discipline is really being tested this week. We need to, instead of trying to control things, we need to resist the urge to control and just embrace the mantra that it's okay to do what we can do, and that any delays that happen during this week are likely to be fortuitous, and to trust that. We've also this week got Venus in changing signs out of Leo, out of fun-loving Leo, and moving into Virgo on Saturday, the 3rd of October. So with Venus moving into Virgo, I was born with this placement, and Venus in Virgo, she's interested in the details. She's interested in focusing on the micro, and she's also very interested in getting systems and structures set up to support her. So you may well find that you're looking at, while you're reviewing your vision of where it is you want to align your career or your business at the tail end of this year, you're also going to be thinking about, who can I partner with to put some structures and processes in place? And you might even, some of your current partnerships or collaborations might even come under the spotlight. There might be some reviewing around, do these partnerships serve me? Are these the clients that I want to be working with? So that's one of the other changes that's happening this week. So yes, and then finally, what we've had is we've been in retrograde season with so many planets traveling backwards. But by the end of this week, Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter will all be moving forward. And these are the three planets that are associated with the dramatic transformation that's taking place. They're all in Capricorn. They're all in Capricorn. They are all responsible for supporting. They're working together to create the change and the restructuring of our systems, our businesses, our organizations, the way that leadership functions in society. And they're also responsible for the rise in the value of the feminine within all of us, not female, male, but that feminine component within all of us. So we're going to start to see, with those planets now all moving forward, we're going to begin to see the emergence of what our new order or the new 200-year period that's going to be kicking off at the end of this year, December 20, when Saturn and Jupiter move into Aquarius together and join there to begin a new 20-year cycle and then a new 200-year cycle of those two social planets meeting up every 20 years in air signs. So enormous sense of, yes, I want to move forward, but how do I move forward? Really getting some deeper insight into what that looks like. The void of course days this week, just to be mindful if you're setting, these are just dates to timeframes to avoid doing any kind of work that's really critical, and not a great time to start new things. And there's not many days where we're affected during the working day, but I will say that today at 5:17 p.m. the moon is void of course until the end of the day. On Thursday the 1st, the moon's void of course from 3:29 a.m. in the morning until 12:47 p.m. lunchtime. And then on Saturday, it's void of course from 3:47 p.m. until the end of the day. So I wouldn't rush out and buy a house Saturday afternoon after 3:47 and sign on the spot. If I was you, I would take a bit of a breather. Okay, so in terms of the moon this week and the kind of energy and emotional experiences that we're going to have and the opportunities that are available for us, today the moon is still in Aquarius, so strong networking opportunities, connecting with your tribe, also great for working with esoteric and technology matters. It's a great day for innovation and brainstorming. Tomorrow early in the morning, the moon's moving into Pisces, which is about connecting with our imagination, fantastic for mindfulness work, fantastic for very emotional though, great for working with your own emotions. But you might feel a little heavy on Tuesday as the moon moves into Pisces. And then on Wednesdays, whilst it's a good day for dreaming, and Pisces is in the moon is in Pisces. Just as a reminder, there are two major aspects happening on Wednesday that could make Wednesday extra emotional. Thursday, we've got the moon stays in Pisces in the morning and then it changes into Aries, which is the fire sign that wants action and wants to kick goals off. That happens at 12:47 p.m. on Thursday. And then the moon is in Aries, ready for action, ready to start new things all day Friday. And then it's in Aries on Saturday until 3:47 p.m. But it will be quite intense and on Saturday as the moon makes a strong connection to the Capricorn planets, making a square. So again, just look out for Saturday. Lots of emotions could rise. There could be some anger. There could be some frustration, whether that's in your personal life, whether it's in your family or your community, or even on more of a global level as well. And then on Sunday, the moon moves into Taurus, where the moon's always happy and nurturing, lovely day for having a massage, gardening and doing things like that. And then Monday it will be in Taurus as well. So the two key days for some strong emotional tugs will be Wednesday and Saturday in this week coming. Just wanted to send you all a lot of love and support for this week ahead. And as always, if you're looking for some support about where to take your career from here, the best place to start with me would be to have an innate abilities and an authentic purpose reading. And then we can explore some coaching that can support you to align with your goals and to support you thinking about where it is you're ready to transform and how you want to get there. And finally, my monthly insights for purposeful leadership and living. I've got another group starting, so if you're interested in that, let me know. And until next week, have an amazing week. Take care. Bye for now.